Right. All right. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't base anything I say off these videos. I'm just doing it for pure entertainment purposes only. That being said, today, I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with koss, K-O-S-S. Is that how you pronounce it? Koss. The stock, they make headphones, earphones. Relatively small company now. I mean, they've been around for many, many years, but the meme stock, the basket, everyone's talking about, could it be Roaring Kitty that jumped into that one and this one, da 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 da. But a lot of people speculate and talk about costs running very similar to GME stock, so they run kind of in together. It seemed like, I want to say that GME kind of trails costs a little bit. Am I saying it right? KOSS? I don't know. But they had a huge spike today. Went from like $5 to $15, if not higher. So, for me, it's more of a confirmation. For me, that's a buy signal for GME. For me, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. I'm not a financial advisor. I would never tell you to buy, sell, or hold. You got to make your own financial decisions. Don't base anything off of what I do or say or anything like that. But it gives me more confirmation that I do want to buy more GME. I did buy a little bit today as well as usual, but I literally bought like 0.3 of a share. So I'm like, damn, I should have got more, But yeah, it did have a run today. If you watched anything previously, it's like I said, it's all speculation and you can't say for certain. But I do know that similar type things happened before the big run that GME had back in 2021. Now, if you go back if you want to really put your tinfoil hat on, you go back to Roaring Kitty's tweets. He's got the dog, and then it's got a microphone and a Independence Day flag. Could that microphone and Independence flag have anything to do with koss, KOSS? It wound up, I want to say it went up, it was like 145%, 140% it went up today in a day. So, Gia, what's up? How's it going, man? Hopefully all is good. But yeah, GameStop usually follows costs at any of the major movements, as well as AMC. So, you could throw it all together. They're most of them are in the same derivative basket that's held by institutions, funds that are shorting the companies. Like I say, none of this is factual evidence or anything like that, but it's kind of hard to tell what the real number of shorted shares is because they hide short interest with the use of these, ISDA contracts, swaps, futures, CDOs, all that stuff. But you can see that the volume on AMC is only like 13 million today. GameStop's 11 million. This is speculation, no facts, but personal opinion, thoughts. I think they're only heavily suppressed because of the algorithms to manipulate the stocks, stuff like that. So, looking deeper into it, it really only it means, I guess it's saying basically pretty much all the shareholders bought and sold their shares of koss multiple times. Or there's fake swap or synthetic shares have been created by market makers through they have little exemptions they do. So legally naked shorting thing. So they call it like operating shorts, I believe, something like that. So there's a lot of stuff to look into. It's it's kind of crazy, But like I said, GME, to narrow it, to squish it down into like crayon eating smooth brain ape, basically they're all in the same basket, the meme basket that is being shorted. So when you see one pop like KOSS, it has a tendency for GME to follow that and AMC to follow that. So, and you go back to Roaring Kitty's tweet where it shows all those things and it shows the Independence Day flag. Are we gearing up for something to come in after on Friday? And then we have to anticipate all weekend. Who knows? We could have a huge run tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Friday. And, I just don't know, and that's the thing is I think no one knows. But now you got it's always something to keep you on the edge of your seat. Now I've got something else to look at. It's just, there's a lot of, I don't know. I'm trying to look at these charts here to see what they're looking like. Koss definitely hit a huge run, 143%. So, yeah, like if you look back at like June 2021, GME and AMC, they both raised, what was it, like 2,000% at that point. KOSS had raised up to like $64 a share, which is about 500% for them as well. So, and it's speculation. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed, but it kind of gives you an idea like, okay, are we ramping up again? Definitely could be, in my opinion, I guess, it's just buy and hold. There's really nothing else to it. That's just my theory. That's what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what you should do. But, GameStop, like I said, usually follows KOSS after any cost. I don't know if I'm saying it right, so I don't even want to say it. It generally follows it after any major movements, and then AMC follows GME almost to a T in a major movement. They kind of go together. So there's a possibility that we see something come up, maybe not Friday, but, it's always interesting, too, because they always say it's like a 3-day weekend. Well, this isn't a 3-day weekend, but we have a day off on tomorrow, Thursday, and then Friday, maybe they ramp up and let it run. And then it's pure speculation for that. If it runs, like let's just say, for instance, we wake up Friday and pre-market, everything runs 100, 200%, then you got yourself a whole weekend to think, oh my God, am I going to be rich? Are they going to crash it down again? Did they found a way out of it again? I don't know. I'm just trying to look at some DD in here as we look here. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's just we're looking at, if you watched Koss, it went up, like I said, 145% today, 143%, maybe 140%, somewhere around there. I don't have my facts straight here, but it went up a lot, okay? Over 140%. Man, yeah, there's a lot to go over there. A lot to process on this, looking into it. Also, we had today Ryan Cohen registers limited partnership in California. There's a lot, sorry, I'm kind of looking down some of these things as we go. And then you see a lot of FUD as well. I don't know, like I've seen a lot of, now's a chance to get out of AMC before it becomes a penny stock, and GME's over, Roaring Kitty duped you and took your money, and da 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 da. I haven't heard a lot of Adam Aaron FUD for a long time. They've kind of moved on from him, but I'm sure there'll be more. There's always going to be someone. There's always going to be a scapegoat. There's always going to be someone they could try to blame. But in my opinion, I'm in this play because I believe at some point or another it will pop again. Like it already has. Like people make you sound crazy, like, oh, AMC and GME will never squeeze, they'll never pop. They said that right before they squeezed the pop last time. So, it may not have been $100,000 or $10,000, $1,000, but I mean, a lot of people made a lot of money in those plays. You look at the fact that if someone put in, if someone had 20, 30 grand to put into GameStop back then, I mean, you know what I mean? and that's not how I invest. I invest within my means. So let's see what we got going on in the comments here. What's up, Jessica? What's up, Gia? What's up, EA? Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Make sure to hit the like if you're in here. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. Helps me with the algos. Got some game talk over here. All right. So yeah, I mean that's one of the big things though is KOSS. It ran. I believe, in my humble opinion, that unless and that's the other thing, man. There's so many things that can switch up on this, but if it's repeating itself and history's repeating itself, then I think we see a pretty decent run Friday or Monday. And I just made a video talking or went live talking about the market probably going red next week, but that was just more looking at charts. But if I'm going off of what KOSS just did, I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking at a couple things here. Someone said Kansas City shuffle. I mean, it's possible. What if it did happen right now? Everyone's looking at Chewy and GME. Someone's been acquiring shares and options. Originally founded, yeah, AMC's and originally from Kansas City. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of theories, a lot of deepness you can get into, but the fact of the matter is, for me personally, I just know that I'm buying, I'm holding. I know plenty of people that are buying and holding. You can just go into anywhere really that has social media or anything or a platform, and you can talk to people and maybe not everyone's being honest that they buy and hold every day like that, but I wouldn't imagine like hundreds and hundreds of people on every platform are lying about buying and holding. I just, it's easy to get yourself tied up into the FUD as well because, you'll watch another stock or a blue chip stock just like, man, if I'd put my money in that, I would have been safer. Now look at me, and that's why I always say, do your own DD, make sure you're comfortable in your investment, never jump into something that you're just not sure about. You have to have confidence in the play or it's just going to ruin you. You know what I mean? AMC traded, went down today. It had a lot of green days, so to see a red day, it's not uncommon. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's done, it's over." To me, nothing excites me in AMC until we jump. Excites me. Maybe that's the wrong wordage, but nothing gets me like hyped if it's under $20-$30. At this point, it's just we're bouncing around an algorithm trying to shake people out or just trying to keep it going until people are gone. I don't know what the fact is, but I think once you start breaking $20-$30, then I think they got a problem. Before the reverse split, I always thought above 515, 550 was a trouble zone for them. They've learned how to wiggle their way out of those things, and if you do that and you talk about pre-split, the number you would need to be a lot higher than $5. And I think, like I said, I think 20, 25, $30, and I do think it will get to those points. I can't guarantee anything, obviously, but I do think that it's undervalued. I think it's obviously a business is growing. I think it's going to have its time. So, yeah. But the one thing I'm looking at is the volume on AMC, 13 million. GameStop is only 11 million. It's just crazy. To me, it just seems crazy. Like, I don't believe it. I think it's being suppressed for the algos, and it's a way for them to manipulate the stock, the buy and sell orders, so they can only handle so many trades, at a time. So it's just crazy because you look, koss today has traded the entire float of existing shares over 12 times. Let me say that again. koss today has traded the entire free float of existing shares over 12 times. You know what I mean? Like, It really only means that almost like everyone that holds shares bought and sold all of their shares multiple times. Like it doesn't make no sense. Or there's synthetic shares being created by, you know, market makers and people that use these exemptions that legally naked short. They call it operating shorting, I believe. Yeah. They can set the price of the security back down to a dollar amount they want them to be, and it's legal. Um, yeah, so I don't know. There's no more options with costs. They're not really able to create synthetics uh, through call contracts or Mary long calls, purchase with cover calls. So um, yeah, I don't know. A lot to think, a lot to marinate on, a lot to debate on and talk about. And, is it conspiracy? Is it real? Is it not? Is there something we're missing? Um, for me, it just comes back to buy and hold. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to buy, I'm going to hold, and I'm going to get fucking rich soon. And that's it. That's my only game plan. That's all I got, Other shares as well. I don't anticipate them ever being a MOAS like I do with AMC or GME, but I do believe that my other stock plays that I'm in will make me regular money, day to day money, week to week money, bill money, rent, mortgage, whatever you can make off of the stock market. But AMC and GME, in my opinion, I wouldn't have put thousands of thousands, 20s of 30s of thousands of dollars into the market and just not to just believe that I'm throwing it away. I have my conviction, my faith. And that's why I continue to buy, why I continue to hold, and why I continue to even when there's a struggle and I don't have money and I know there's money in those accounts, I just leave them. I'm like, you know what? I'll figure it out another way. I'll fucking sell my body if I have to. Just joking. That's not true. I will not sell my body. See the creepers looking at me like that. All right, Sonny, what's up, man? How's it going? Happy early 4th. Yeah, man, I'm ready for the 4th, ready to have a little celebration, a little relaxation time. Barbecues and parades and fireworks and back up, Terry. Juke Joint says also half my AMC shares at 20. That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, as long as you make money and you feel good about it, it's your own personal choice, man. For me, I can't say 100% certainty what I'll do. I have to gauge the market and gauge how my life's going. If I think I can get in and out. But for me personally, right now, it's just a buy and hold. I would like to see us get to 21st, and then I'll make that determination. But I do think that at some point, $20-$30 isn't unrealistic just because of the type of company AMC is. And GME, who knows what they're going to do? They're a wild card. I don't know what they got up their sleeve or what they're going to do, but I do know that they've got a huge community behind them. They got $4 billion to spend, and they got no debt. And they got a company that's supported by not just apes and retail and people like that, but actual real customers that don't even care about the stock, that just still support the company, Retail has had a rough time over the years, but I do believe that some retail will stand the test of time and actually continue on and maybe even become more powerful in the future. Stores like GameStop, places like that. People still want to have a physical retail store experience. People want to go shopping somewhere. They just don't want to spend the money. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a happy medium somewhere, and there will be. There'll be the type of stores where people are willing to spend money, and they'll continue on. And some stores will, people who are greedy and overcharging and making 20 times over what they should be making, those type of stores won't last long, I don't think. But the people who have been on top and controlling the puppets, they're going to make all the money and move on to the next puppet, So it is what it is. You just got to, find your role and find a way to make some good money and survive it. So the great stun of Plug Power. I haven't checked. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at, man. I mean, AMC, GME, it's the same story. Little bit of FOMO could be coming in. I think if either of them run on Friday, I think it would be great if these things run again like they did just recently, like GME went up 200%. If GME were to go up another 100% in a day, I mean, you'd have to be crazy to not believe something was going on. I mean, yes, it ran 200%. You might be able to sweep that under the rug by saying, "Oh well, it's crazy. It's a wild day in the market, whatever." But if it happens again, in this short of a time, you're going to see some FOMO. You're going to see a lot of people that may not even be in it for a squeeze, but they're going to realize, okay, the potential to make some money is there, and you're going to see FOMO. You're going to see more and more and more. Just my thoughts. Get back to here. Yeah, someone said that drives them crazy that they've been tracking and talking about costs, but they never bought any. I'm the same way. I have none. I mean, I've heard about it a little bit. I've tracked it, like, yeah, it is similar, but just not one of those ones you bought. Too busy putting my money into AMC and GME. You get a couple of plays here and there, but it's always funny because there's always something that comes out. It's like, oh, now I got to buy into this. Oh, now I got to buy into that. So I've kind of trained my brain to be like, you know what? You can't chase them all. You know, if you can get in and you get in early. I will say this: once you start seeing it on YouTube and hearing it all over, like Facebook and shit like that, it's probably too late. You know what I mean? Once you start seeing it on a lot of the forums, you're about to be probably going to be someone's exit liquidity. But it might not. I've gotten into plays like that where I've seen. I'm like, oh man, they've been talking about this for 3 or 4 days. I jumped in, made a quick 15%, and jumped out. But as long as you don't get too greedy, and that's not financial advice. This is just what I've done. Juke Joint he says I have close to 3K shares of AMC. I'm getting up there too, man. Slowly but surely. I did get all my AMC shares out of Cash App. I had too many glitches, too many crazy things with Cash App. Moved them over to private broker. I have like 2 brokers I don't disclose just because it's like I tell a lot of. I used to post my shares and stuff, and then I don't know, man. I don't know really what the point of it was. I'm not like a roaring kitty, I don't have to show you my shares. So for a while, it was like the pressure, like, you're not really holding. So I'd show them that I could hold. I'm showing that I could average down. And I'm like, for what? I don't need to prove nothing, I guess, So I do got a couple of brokers that are very private that I haven't told anyone about. So, but yeah, I got out of Cash App. That one was too shady for me, man. There was just way too many glitches, way too many things going on. I woke up one day and my average had changed. To like way under than what it should have been. And I started thinking, well, why is my average so low? It's cool that it went low, but it went down to like $3 and my average was like $4.24 or something. And I woke up and it was like $3.01. And I thought, well, does that mean that someone's moving something underneath? And I don't know. And I don't know. It was too weird for me. So I just got out. Could have been a glitch, could have been nothing, but I did get out of there. So, that's one of the ones I used to post on my YouTube here that I transfer those into a different broker that I don't disclose, I guess. I don't know why. And yes, don't judge me. I still have some Robinhood shares and I've added to them. And you know what? At this point, I think all the brokers are just, whatever. Obviously, Robinhood has a very bad name as far as the APE community goes with people who are in GME and AMC. So yes, it's bad, but it's also, I've had shares there forever and I added to them to average down. Okay. Is that what you want to hear? Fine. I've been a bad boy. But you can see the hype right now. The hype ain't here. The hype ain't, I can look at my chat and when there's hype, there's 100, 200 people following it. And when it's kind of slow days like this and people ain't watching and really concerned, there's what I got 16 viewers it shows. So that kind of coincides with how the stock itself runs. People are going to try to jump in once it's running. There are going to be hundreds and hundreds of people like, yeah, I've been in here forever. Da, 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 da. But everyone wants to be rich, but no one wants to buy the dip, I guess, right? I don't know. There's a lot of things you can look at that I've said it a million times. I think that they want to bore you out of the play. They want to show you something shiny over here, like, look at this one. Oh my God, you could have made so much money, but you're stuck over here still. You're still wasting your money here. But look at this one. This one ran too, but you're still over here. It's the mother of all short squeezes, motherfuckers. That's why. You know what I mean? There's at some point or another, when you're right here in the middle, and yes, you can buy in those and make some money here and there, but in my personal opinion, if I'm them and that side and I want people to shake out, I'm gonna, highlight other shares or other stocks that are flying, and oh, those are similar, and then I'm gonna make it sound like I'm one of y'all, man. Like, hey, us apes are heading over here, Well, come on, everybody, don't stay at AMC, it's over, Or don't go on GME, it's over. That's just how it's gonna be. But my conviction is strong. At this point, I've even told myself, look, exit. If you take off any squeeze off the table, I'm still here. I've got enough shares to where, hey, make it a long-term hold like I would hold any other blue chip stock. So if there's no MOAS, I just like the stock. I like the company. I'm sorry. Shit. Anyway. Yeah. A lot of people talking about the KOSS now, starting to see a little bit more. I heard about it today. So here's the thing. Also, you got to factor in that if we're seeing this, they're seeing that. So is there a way for them to wiggle out and move things around and like kind of kill your morale? Like, you thought everything would run because KOSS and you dumped, and then it's going to be like, I don't know, man. I think there's going to be trickery, fuckery, manipulation, and maybe I'm wrong on all of it. It's possible, but I do think there's going to be a lot of that going on until it pops. And like I said, I'm here till it pops, or till I get old and just want to hold my shares forever. I don't know. So, like I said, we got time. I got time. I don't know about you, but I got time. We always wish that, you know what? That's a funny statement because I always just got done telling someone that we don't ever have enough time. But in this scenario in the stock market, I'm I got time. My money's fine. I ain't worried about it. It could go to zero and liquidate and have nothing left, and it would suck. Yes, okay. I'm not gonna be happy that I lost my money, but at the same time, for me, it's worth the risk. The risk reward factor in these plays to me is worth it. If it was something I didn't have as much DD on and I was just going off of what someone said on YouTube only, then yeah, I'd probably be a little more stressed. That's why I say if you see this on YouTube or Reddit or wherever you see GME and you haven't done your own DD and you're just kind of going off of what people are saying, I would strongly advise you just do your own research. You can take what people are saying, take it with a grain of salt and run with it, run with what they're saying and follow up with it, because I've even said things misspoken before and didn't intentionally say something wrong, but sometimes you say something that seems minimal, but it could be big in your grand scheme. So do your own research, do your own DD, and shit, just get out there and make some money, man. There's other ways to make money also besides the market. Thousands and thousands and millions of people are out there making millions of dollars right now. There's no reason that you can't, you shouldn't, you couldn't, It's all mindset, work towards it. You'll get it. Where I'm at now, this business started with literally one wall of hats and a few shirts, and we've expanded and we're getting ready to move into a much bigger facility, many more products. Can't wait to show you guys all that when it happens, but that's why I've been a little not present. My DD hasn't been on point as much just because I've got a lot going on. My best investment to me is my personal investment, investing into me. Other than that, then I got AMC, GME. But for me personally, I know where my money comes, my main bread comes from, and it comes off of my back working. And I'm excited about the new deal we got going on. Obviously this page isn't about my store or me trying to push anything like that. But when we get to the new building, I'll give you guys a little tour, let you check it out. A lot bigger, much more spacious, if you will. Why not talk like that? Anyways, man, I was kind of BSing. It's been a slow day in the shop. Hadn't gone live and talked to y'all for a while, but it's kind of slow in here, so I'm going to jump out. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to hit the like on the video, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please, or don't, whatever, it don't matter. Have a good day. Peace.